and welcome in, everybody, to another edition of the Voice of Camp Nathaniel. As always, coming at you from the campus of Camp Nathaniel right here in Emelina, Kentucky, Stephen Bell. And with me, as always, is the moozle-brained.
One more time.
The moozle-brained.
Moozle-brained. This is Lee Sharp.
Come on, you gotta know what moozle-brained means.
Moose. It sounds like moose, but
it's not.
It's not.
It's not at all.
I have a moose pictured in my head right now.
Moozle-brained, thinking in circles due to too much cheese or not enough sleep.
This is accurate.
Of course it's accurate.
Of course it's accurate. While we are recording, we record these ahead of time. So we're recording this in the middle of our outdoor education season. And so lack of sleep and I don't know how much cheese I've been eating.
You've been eating a lot of cheese.
But according to your moozle-brained word there, apparently I have been.
Well, hey, speaking of outdoor ed, man, this is that time of year, the second largest or the second biggest event or program that camp does throughout the year, correct?
Yes.
So we're talking a ton of kids coming on campus for this thing.
Thousands.
Literally.
When it's all added
tons
up
by number,
by just sheer numbers of kids that are coming through.
And I'm sure by weight as well. So there's
just because we have lots of bodies,
lots of bodies, man. So thousands. Upwards of what, 3,000? Is that what we're estimating?
Probably close to it.
All right, so close to 3,000 kids coming on campus, and so we've got a guest in the studio with us. We're gonna get to here in just a second. But do we know? We've not done our research for this show. I haven't. Have you?
I have done.
I'm putting you on the spot, man.
I work here, so
right.
I hope I know some things. What question do you have?
You're completely moozle-brained.
Moozle-brained right now.
Do we know how long? And we've talked about this before. Do we know how long outdoor ed has been going?
It's gonna be 30 or 40 years.
Yeah, it's been going a while. So we've talked to Rick and Kathy in here before about outdoor ed and the history of it. We do so many shows, I can't remember what goes on from one week to the next. But hey, if you are tuning in with us, thank you so much for being here. We're going to be talking about outdoor ed today, and specifically, we've brought in one of our outdoor ed volunteers. Outdoor ed spans, about 6 weeks, roughly through there?
Yes.
So there are volunteers coming in and out all the time, and man, we're excited because we've got Mr. Tim Cornett. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing well, man. Thank you for having me.
That's good, man. That's good. Now you know, I've not asked you this. So now would be the opportune time.
When everyone else is listening?
Yeah. You've got one of those last names that's pronounced differently depending on where you're at.
I do.
So how do you pronounce it?
I am and forever will be Tim Cornett.
Cornett. All right, so not Cornett.
I'm Cornett to those that knew me professionally.
Got it.
But those that know me personally, I'm Cornett.
See what happens when you put the wrong emphasis on the wrong syllable? Stuff like that happens. You're welcome, Lee.
There you go.
Well, Tim, man, thanks so much for being on the show today, man. We really, really appreciate it, and we're excited to get to talk to you about what it means to be a volunteer at Outdoor Ed. Have you volunteered at Outdoor Ed before?
Right? Last year was my first.
Was
time.
that your first year?
Yeah.
Okay, good deal. Oh, that was Pioneer Days.
It was Pioneer Days.
I love
it was an
Pioneer
blast.
Days, man. I love. You know what? I wouldn't want to shovel hay for a living, but I did like to do it for that amount of time each day.
And my job last year was to make sure that none of the kids fell off the hay wagon.
Hey, man, look at that vital role right there.
No doubt.
So before we get to outdoor ed this year and talk about your experience, Lee's going to take us on a little bit of a journey, I suppose, or let Tim take us on a little bit of a journey.
Tim's going to lead us here.
Okay, that's good. We're just along for the ride.
I'm
man.
more asking questions as he's pointing things out.
All right, awesome.
So Tim, I was going to ask your connection to camp. Which I'll say this for our listeners. I actually, as we're talking about this, I guess it's live in the studio right now. I don't know Tim's connections to camp. So I've
known Tim's family for quite some time.
This is where the guy who moved in is behind on all the things. So I'm going to play catch up. Can you help me catch me up?
And me as the guy who's not even here anymore. Still knows more than you right now.
That's why I'm playing catch up right now. I'm trying to at least get myself farther ahead today than I was. So
All right, that works. All right, Tim, take it away, man.
All right. So let's see. My history with camp. I guess officially it would have started in Hesse Pierce's 5th grade class.
Okay.
Many moons ago, back at Emmeline Elementary. Hesse and her husband worked here at camp, and then she taught school as well. So she was kind of my introduction. I began being a camper when I was 9 or 10. So about 50 years ago.
I was going to say, you're not 9 or 10 anymore.
Yeah,
Tim.
I think I had my 50th anniversary of being a camper was this summer.
Oh, wow.
So I was a 9-year camper all the way through from, I guess, 3rd or 4th grade all the way through my senior year in high school. And my wife and I, after I got married, my wife and I attended probably 18 out of the first 20 couples retreats
Man.
that camp had. And then I volunteered over the years with a number of things in IT and just trying to help get things ready for various programs. And then again, last year was my first year working. My son and my daughter were both campers. My son worked here a couple of summers.
Yep.
My daughter-in-law was a worker here and a camper here as well. That my son and daughter-in-law met each other here at camp.
Man, how many stories involve
There's
people
another one,
meeting?
yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of those, isn't there?
camp does have like a matchmaking. That's not our main thing, but it
No.
is something that happens.
Right.
Yeah. So as I've talked to my wife, she was never a camper. Unfortunately, she regrets that decision many times over. But she was taught Bible lessons by Miss Barbara, Miss Lois, many years ago when she was in elementary school. Well, we started talking with her mother and father about that. Miss Barbara, Miss Lois also taught her dad Bible lessons when he was in elementary school.
Oh, wow.
And then I can't remember which one of them it was when our son was doing his Bible lessons in elementary school. Either Miss Barbara or Miss Lois was grading his lessons still. So it
Really?
was 3 solid generations worth
Man.
of people doing Bible lessons and getting to come to camp for free.
That's really cool. That's really cool. Now you're you grew up in this area,
I did.
yeah, and then where are you living now?
Yeah, I live in Frankfurt now. I say I grew up in this area. When I was in 3rd grade, we moved from Ohio back down here on Montgomery Creek.
Yep.
We are underneath Route 80 is where we lived.
Underneath Route 80.
Yeah,
right?
so
Yeah.
before Route 80 came through, we lived on Montgomery Creek, and then when it came through, we actually moved back to Ohio. So I went to 8 different elementary schools.
Oh, wow. Okay.
We would live here. Everybody loved it. My mother and my father are both from the area. We couldn't find jobs, so they would move to Ohio. My dad would work like crazy for a year or two, get enough money, get homesick. We would move back to Eastern Kentucky. We did that until he passed in 78, and then we moved back for the rest of 8th grade and all of my high school years in college at Alice Lloyd.
Good deal.
So I got to ask here, in your, I didn't realize that you had grown up coming to camp here. So I got to ask, coming to camp, where you just said that you hit year 50 for the anniversary there, do you have any favorite camp stories? Or is there one that stands out above the rest that you're like, this is the camp story?
I don't have a particular camp story. Well,
or did you have like a favorite games that you all did? All of those things.
Absolutely. So
I'm trying to get the camp experience from 50 years ago now.
As a guy, we had our cabins over on the right. We had Israel and Trinidad. It's Rhodesia. We had Rhodesia.
Oh, Rhodesia.
And Cuba. And in my younger years, of course, we wanted the place with the bathroom and a sink and whatever else. And then when you're in high school as a guy, you wanted to stay in Cuba because there was no bathroom, there was no sink, there was nothing.
Roughing it.
You had to rough it, right? So there's that story. Another one was there used to be a staff versus campers softball game.
Oh, yeah, man, out here in the field, for sure.
And we got our butts kicked every single year until my senior year in high school, and we were able to pull out the win over the staff, and they were so disappointed. But before I get into anything else, I want to talk about camp real quick. I was a 9-year camper, but we did move a lot, as I said. And camp was the one thing that was stable for me. I never knew from one year to the next, are we going to be in Ohio? Are we going to be in Kentucky? Are we going to be in Indiana? Where are we going to be? But I knew where I was going to be every summer. And I did my lessons. I, did my lessons for 3 years, memorized my Bible verses, and then was a free camper for the rest of my time here, and loved all the people that were here. That was the early years, I guess mid-years for Roy and Debbie Hodson and Larry Toner and a number of other folks who's I can see their faces, but I can't remember their name. Bob Murr and his family. It was just a wonderful time.
Good deal, man. Good deal. So now you find yourself here as a volunteer, helping out with outdoor ed. You said this is your second go around helping out with outdoor ed.
Yes.
So that means he liked it enough the first time to come back.
Yeah, see?
He didn't do it the first time and go, never doing that again.
Well, or I felt guilty, one or the other.
One of the two, yeah.
I worked Monday through Wednesday last year, and then Wednesday night I ended up with a tooth problem and had to leave out. Yeah, leave out Thursday morning, went straight to the dentist, and had a lot of painful work done.
Oh, man.
But I really did enjoy it. I thought it was a lot of fun. There's so many people that you meet from all over the place that are volunteering here during those times. You meet the kids, which is always a pleasure of mine. I taught school here in Knott County for 7 years, and then I was an administrator for a few years before we moved up to Frankfort. And it was all about the kids, right?
Yep.
That's the reason I taught school. So being here for those kids during Pioneer Days last year and during, what is it called this year? All About the Earth this year. Really, really cool.
Now I haven't gotten to be on campus to even witness it myself yet.
Okay.
My family was here yesterday, and
so you got the stories from them. When
I
they
got the
home.
stories from them. They got all excited. They always talk about Rick playing kind of the nutty professor type thing, talking like this, and
yeah.
At least that's what they told me.
Mispronouncing everything.
One of my kids came home and said, "Yeah, Mr. Franklin spit a lot."
Little boys, no doubt.
So, that's exactly what I heard last night. But yeah, we've got that. It's kind of like a chemistry vibe.
Yeah. A quick. For our listeners, if you're unfamiliar with outdoor education at Camp Nathaniel, each year we transform camp into essentially like a field trip destination with different stations set up so that they can learn different things about science and the world that God made. And it's a ton of fun because we'll have we just said we'll have probably 3,000-ish kids that'll come through, and there are different stations that are set up to be able to do different experiments on campus, and each year it changes. So last year was Pioneer Days. This year is I think it's All About the Earth or Power Packed Earth. Power Packed Earth.
Power Packed Earth. All right.
Yes. So this year it's all about everything you're finding underground.
Okay, so like combustible type things and stuff
Some
like that?
of them are combustible.
Yeah.
So if you walk into the gym right now, you go into that front lobby and it looks like a cave.
Oh, okay. Cool.
You're walking into this deep, dark cave.
It's a coal mine.
Look at that. Nice.
Yeah, so my job in the afternoons is I lead kids through the coal mine. We actually have, a simulation of a 28-inch coal seam that they can crawl back through.
Okay.
And then they get a lesson on coal. There's a number of experts, people that were from 20 to 40-year miners that come in and talk about how coal is formed and how we still use it today and all of the wonderful things about coal and how it's what it's meant to the economy around here, what it's meant to the families around here. And one of them had been mining for 41 and a half years.
Wow.
And he remembers the coal camps that people lived in. I talked to him about script and all of that sort of thing. But it's amazing just to hear their stories about seeing the fossils of ferns on the bottoms of the coal seams. And that coal is completely flat on the top and completely flat on the bottom. How did that happen?
Right, yeah. Man.
But then there's a number of other stations that are set up other than coal. In the mornings, the kids come in and they do a series of experiments. They learn the scientific method.
Yeah.
They have to look at the evidence that's presented to them and make a hypothesis and then test their hypothesis about I'm not going to give too much away here. I guess it'll be over by the time this is put out. But anyway, they have to figure out what a mystery powder is by actually doing the experiments. My wife's here this week. She's actually helping do the experiments as well. So that's a lot of fun.
This is where Rick's got his crazy professor thing going on, because
Got it,
they've
yep.
got an opening program where they have all of these different elements like salt and sugar and some different types of plaster,
cornstarch,
all things that look very similar, and they end up all getting dumped together, or at least a couple of them do, and the kids then, through the crazy professor, he's dumping things together and it's all getting mixed up and everything's turning into this huge mess. And so he then recruits all of the students in the audience to take his mystery stuff and go around and do experiments to figure out what different powders had gotten mixed together.
That's cool. You've not had any kids try to drink it yet?
No, nobody's
Okay, good.
Not yet.
Most of them
still
Not
early.
yet. There's still time.
A few of them are like salt and sugar, so it would kind of be like a you'd get some of that twisted face, like ugh.
Got it. Yep. Well, that's intriguing, man. That's really, really cool. That's one of the one of the best things about outdoor ed is and we're talking when we talk field trip, we're talking like full day.
Oh
Yes.
It's full day. It's not, you don't come here just for a couple of hours. No, this is a full day thing.
Mm-hmm.
And they've got classes scheduled from all over the region that come in for this, and it's a great opportunity, ultimately from camp's perspective, because everything that camp does is done with the purpose of the gospel in mind, and so we get the opportunity to share Christ too in the long run. So
Showing how again, we have all of these different elements, all of these different parts of our world, and to be able to say, hey, and here's the God who made all of it.
that's right.
And then while there's the experiments going on, there is also different stations set up. There's the coal mine that's going. There is if I can get the word, sluicing station.
Sluicing?
For gyms.
Where you take the gyms and the dirt and you got the water and you got to do the shifting it around.
Is that not panning? Is that what that is?
Kind of like panning.
Kinda
I guess
like
it is panning, but I
Okay.
guess
Well, there's a difference. The panning is in a pan, and sluicing is in a sluice.
Oh,
So a
well, look at
sluice is
that.
basically a screen over some boards with running water on it. You put the material in, the smaller particles run one way, the larger
Right.
ones go a different way, and it allows you to sort out, what's gems versus what's dust.
cool.
you didn't know you were learning things like this.
Look at that, man. Wrinkles in my brain showing up every single day.
There you
Is
go.
that what happens? I always heard if you learn something new, that's another wrinkle in your brain. I can't back that up.
Confirm that or not?
We might need to fact check that. I'm not sure.
We've also got the camp train running around, which
Yep.
is just tons of fun. If you've ever ridden on the camp train, it's a ton of fun because they're driving down the hills, and again, there's kind of like the hayride. There's somebody in the back making sure everybody's being safe, but it's still a ton of fun to ride around. And then there's a whole station on different types of dirt and clay and worms, and if I'm remembering correctly, they're like picking up some of the worms and whatnot too. So
Yeah.
part of this is not just learning about the earth, it's getting dirt under your fingernails. It's actually touching and learning doing the experiments and doing it all, not just in theory.
Hands-on.
It's hands-on. You're going to get a little bit dirty doing it.
Yeah. Finding the mystery powder, for example. The students have to add water to one piece of it to see how it reacts. They add vinegar. They add iodine. They burn it to see, what the reaction is. How does it smell? What does it look like? And from all of those clues, they can discern what the mystery powder is.
That's really cool. So how long does it take? I mean, you've got to go to all these different stations first.
Yeah, each station, I think it's, 8 or 10 minutes, give or take.
Okay. Yeah,
So-
yeah, man. From my experience in the past, I know it goes quick.
Yes.
Those stations there before you're starting one, the next thing you know, it's time for the next one. So that's awesome. So how long does it take them then to come up with the answer to this? Any idea?
In the final station, they have all of their data on a sheet that they've collected from all of the 5 stations.
Very cool.
So whoever has them for the last session also then gives them the mystery powder to test using all the tests, and then they decipher using the data exactly which, I think it's 2 of the powders were mixed together.
Nice, man. That's cool. That's cool. People come up with stuff.
People are creative.
That's right.
They're more creative. They're more creative than us.
Way more creative than us. Moozle brain.
Moozle brained people here.
Well, you said your wife was here with you.
She is.
Any other family members here with you? Or is it just you two?
No, it's just the two of us this year. My
great.
daughter had planned to come with us, but she got a new job, so we're very happy about
good
that.
deal.
She had to stay home and work.
Well,
Poor little
that's
thing.
a good thing. It's a good thing.
Yeah.
So how long are you guys? How long are you serving for?
So we are here just for this week.
Okay.
There are some folks that come for a week. There's others that
Some
come
are here
for 2
for a
weeks.
month.
Some come for 6 or 7 weeks and
Wow,
do
yeah.
setup and then stay throughout. That's probably been one of the greatest pleasures of being here is meeting all these new people.
Mm-hmm.
There's people from North Carolina and Tennessee, obviously Kentucky and Indiana, and just all over the place.
Yeah.
And the longer we're here, this is our third day with them. There's all these interconnections of how did you come to find out about camp? Oh,
Yep.
one lady's from Pennsylvania, and she came by herself, just drove down 8.5 hours, and we're like, "How did you get connected with camp?" And she said, "Well, our church back in the early 90s, late 80s, were supporting Roy and Debbie Hodson, and somehow we got wind of it, and I said, I've got this week off. I'm going to go down and work." So she's just down here for the week, and then Saturday morning she's driving back to Pennsylvania again.
Wow, man, that's great. So you get the opportunity as a volunteer to meet people from all over the place that have had some kind of connection with camp. So there's a common bond there that obviously everyone has that you get to find out about while you're here. And then you guys get to be part of the ministry of camp as it continues to go on. You know, you were part of the ministry back as a camper, maybe as a summer staff worker, but now you get the opportunity to come back and volunteer time and continue to make an impact on the lives of kids in this area. And
No, that's what it's all about to me.
yeah.
You know, I may live in Frankfort, my heart's in Knott County.
Oh, yeah.
It
man, I
always
know.
will be.
That's right.
But we were on Sunday night when we first got here. We had dinner, and then after we had a meeting, and everybody got to introduce themselves and you know what do you do and whatever. And one of the ladies said, "I was a camper here in 1954."
Wow, really?
And they're like, "Well, what are you doing now?" She said, "This is our 18th year in a row of volunteering for this section of camp." I'm like,
Man,
that's good stuff.
that's great.
right there.
Yep, that's great. Well, Tim, I tell you what, man, we're about ready to wrap this thing up here in a second. But how would you encourage someone who may be listening that may be thinking, "Hey, Outdoor Ed sounds like a great opportunity to come and serve"?
Yeah.
What would you say to them?
I was going to say, because as this is premiering, Outdoor Ed is all wrapped up for this year, but I know that volunteer recruiting for Outdoor Ed, it
never ends.
That just means it's starting right now.
That's right. That's right.
And so next fall, we're going to be putting on a new program. I believe it's going to be about maybe I'm speaking ahead here. I think it's going to be about the weather. I don't remember the exact title, but different stations are going to be set up. One's going to have like snow, and another one's going to be more jungle-like. So it'll be a lot of fun learning about the different kinds of weather around the world. So just throwing that out there. How would you encourage people to?
Yeah, very, very good point. So there's like 5 or 6 different themes that they have, and they rotate those on every year basis gets a new one. If you have a breath, you're welcome to come and volunteer.
That's right, man.
Right. If you have carpentry skills, you need to be here during setup week to help them get it ready. It's amazing. My coal mine that is part in the gym. It's just in a room in the gym, but literally when you walk into it, there's a couple of little lights that are like lanterns that you go into. The room is all blacked out. There's piles of coal that they've set in there. So there's things like that you can do that help set that up. If you want to help cook in the kitchen, if you want to help wash dishes, do laundry, do maintenance. If you're a couple and the gentleman wants to do maintenance and the lady wants to work in one of the classes or vice versa, come on down. We'd love to have you here. It's a lot of fun.
It is amazing. You look at this and, we talk a lot about the program as it is, but there's so many unseen things in regards to the program that volunteers are needed for. You mentioned the kitchen because we have to provide meals for these volunteers. And so we need help in the kitchen. The setup, a lot of the things that are used for Outdoor Ed they're built. You have to build them each year. And so if you've got some carpentry skills and you want to give a week to come down and get things ready, then man, as Tim was saying, we would love to have you coming down and be part of that too. And then you know what? Even if you want to come down and help tear down, that's a way bigger job than what people realize too when it's all said and done. But man, if you've got the heart to serve and reach kids in Eastern Kentucky, this is a great, fantastic opportunity to do that, and you can do that for as much as you want over the course of 6 weeks.
Yeah. And we've got spots here on campus where you're housed, so it's not that you're staying at a hotel half hour away. Nope. You're staying right here on campus.
Some people bring their RVs.
Yeah.
And they'll park their RV down there in the RV park for a whole month and a half almost.
And it's a little nicer than when you're a camper back in the 80s.
It is a little nicer.
They've redone a lot of the cabins specifically for workers, volunteers. So you'll have a nice bed. You'll have a bathroom to yourselves. You'll have a common area that everybody can get together in the evenings and, play games or chat or whatever. It's a lot of fun. It is a lot of work, I will tell you.
It is.
Today we went through 5 stations in the morning, and then 5 groups came through the coal group in the afternoon. And then when dinner's over, I'll be washing dishes.
Yeah.
So, you're here to work.
That's right.
When I come to work, I don't want a lot of downtime.
Right.
Now,
yeah.
So there's downtime there if you need it. Right.
Yep.
But when I come to work, I want to work, and I want to be exhausted so that when I get up the next morning, I'm ready to go again and be exhausted the next night.
Well, Tim, listen, man, we appreciate so much for you coming in and sharing with us a little bit of your heart and what it means to be a volunteer during outdoor ed, and just kind of giving us a background, your story on your connection with camp. It's always good to just one of my favorite things about this podcast is just getting to hear stories.
Oh, no doubt.
And every single time we have someone come in here, it's always, all right, tell us how you got hooked up with camp, and it's always something different. It's really, really cool.
Well, I appreciate you guys having me.
You got it, man. Well, Lee?
Yeah.
We got this is mid-October. I know we've got some overnights coming up.
Yeah. So when is this one coming out? I'm trying to remember.
October 15th.
15th
is today.
So we have 2 overnights that are getting ready to happen. We've got if you are in 4th or 5th grade.
And this is all counties, right?
All counties, 4th or 5th grade. Your weekend is going to be October 24th to 25th. That's a Friday evening into Saturday afternoon. And with our weekend overnight events, our goal is to take a week's worth of camp and try to cram it into less than 24 hours, which isn't really possible, but it's going to get you a really good idea of what camp is going to look like. If this is a great opportunity, if you've never been to camp before and you want a camp experience kind of in a short version, this is the way to get introduced. And for a lot of kids that come for those weekend overnights, that's what motivates them to come back for a whole week during the summer. So that's 4th and 5th grade. And then if you are 6th through 8th grade, your weekend starts Friday, the November 7th through the 8th.
And you need to register for these things.
Yes, cost is $20.
$20 a person, and you can actually register. The easiest way you can possibly register is by going to campnathaniel.org/overnights.
Yes, and by this point, by the time this is premiering, we've already been advertising this, letting people know that it's happening. It's probably been out in a few different. The flyers have been going out, so there's spots that are filling up.
Yep.
I don't know how many spots are going to be there by the time this premieres, so if you're hearing this and you're not already signed up, go on and do it now.
Get on it, man.
I don't want you to miss out.
There's also transportation information on that site as well. Again, campnathaniel.org/overnights. If you need transportation via Camp Nathaniel bus or transport, whatever, you can see the locations of drop off and pick up and all that good stuff. So.
Helps for some of our counties that are a little bit farther out.
It does. All right, man. Well, lay off the cheese and get more sleep, all right? Guys, have a great one, and we'll see you back here on November 1st.